Yes, sir.
Listen, man, don't get discouraged. Never give up that fight.
Oh, well, just planting seeds sometimes, man.
Sometimes we go our whole life serving and never seeing the benefit of your labor, I guess, and that's not why we do it.
Sure.
But I wish I can go back to the guy that took 10 minutes out of his day to speak to me on the streets of the Bronx.
Yes, sir.
To talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Because it changed my life.
Yeah.
It didn't right away. But fast forward, I found myself in Bible college. I was doing a lot of counseling at a mega church out of Raleigh. Never give up, because you never know the difference you're going to make in somebody's life.
That's exactly right.
Even if you get discouraged, just keep fighting that fight, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that.
More warriors and soldiers.
Well,
like you
and that's Jesus has called us to share the gospel in the power of the Spirit, leave results to Him. And so, if that means putting a gospel tract in someone's hand and they read it later, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Later on,
some fertilize and some trim, and
I'm just saying that a lot of times I know I did, because I was just telling him that I was in Brooklyn doing evangelistic work. Where I was a Chinese community, and an outsider trying to talk to them, there's so many barriers there.
Yeah.
Right? Most of them don't speak English. But I did it for like 2 years. And I started to feel discouraged right away, because they just brush you off. But you just got to keep with it. And I'm not saying that's where you're at.
Right.
But very, very often we find ourselves maybe not as on fire, right? I'm just saying, man, it's worth it. Just keep playing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the word of encouragement. I don't always get that. My biggest discouragement is trying to get more people in the church to realize that we need to be out here in the highways and hedges, and getting more church members involved. Because I'm a member at Bible Missionary over here across from Peace Church on Tillman Road. And I've got a guy that normally comes out with me, but he's got some family things going on right now. And but anyway, we're going to start doing more stuff in downtown Wilson, especially when the stadium opens up. So we're going to be here at least one either Thursday or Friday a month while they have home games. And April 16th, 17th, and 18th we'll be here for the start, because that's the opening week. But we'll be out sharing the gospel with folks that are coming to that.
How long you been doing it?
Well, I've been in evangelism since 1999. Okay. I've been doing street ministry since about 2006, 2007.
Okay, I'm preaching to the choir then.
Yeah,
but
so
it doesn't matter. I think everybody.
That's awesome. It definitely encourages.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see more. That's my biggest thing is, I could put up with what happens out here. People cuss you out, all kinds of stuff. But, my biggest discouragement is not seeing church members seeing a need for this. Where did Jesus do majority of his ministry?
In the street?
He did it out in the public, right? Yeah. Not in the temple or the synagogue. He did it out on the streets where people were. And so I've tried to encourage people at our church to get involved. And it's a slow process, but we got a young man that I hope is going to start coming. Yeah, that's right. So I go to places like New Orleans for Mardi Gras, Bourbon Street, that kind of thing. So, yeah, wow. So trust me, I've seen the worst of the worst. But, yes, sir.
I haven't given up, man. It's awesome.
Well, hey, it's a calling from God.
There you go.
It's nothing to do with me. It has to do with Him. But, so where do you go to church at now?
I was going to Hope Community Church out of Raleigh.
Okay.
Was manager for first at Raleigh, and then I took over the Apex.
Yeah, awesome.
And I definitely share that sentiment, because I'm concerned with. Because I'm from New York, and I used to do a lot of ministry in retirement homes. Because I think there's a real need there. I think that a lot of those people, they're about to take their last breath here and their first breath
in heaven. Yeah, in eternity, that's right.
I think somebody should be reaching out, because I've been there, and I saw people who some of them very wealthy, others no. But none of them ever asked to see what their bank account, the deeds to their properties. They just want somebody to know that, hey, I'm here, I care for you,
yeah,
I love you.
Well, and unfortunately, a lot of those folks don't get family visiting them or anything.
Well, that's what I was going with.
That's a big issue. Right. It really is.
I think there's a big need there, and I think it's very often overlooked.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You know, we needed them as when we were growing up. Then when they need us, we push them off.
yeah, that's exactly
Too often,
right.
and it's too much of a burden. So let's get rid of it.
That's right. That's right.
And it actually bothers me because
Yeah.
So you know,
I hear you, buddy. So, so if you guys are not in a church now, I'd love to have you join us at Bible Missionary. It's on Tillman Road. It's right across from Peace Church. A lot smaller than Peace Church, but our pastor, Matt Roman, is a great guy. And he's not just pastor, too. He's a bivocational guy. So he owns the Gilded Dragon game store, and he owns 2 Piggly Wigglies, the one in Elm City and the one in Bailey. So he's not just a preach on Sunday kind of guy. He's busy all the time. So I'm actually interim pastor of a church near Burlington right now. Been there for a little over a year. So I have to travel over that way on Sundays to preach. But during the week, I'm in downtown Raleigh. I go to NC State, go to UNC Chapel Hill, go to the bus station.
well, we have a location
Okay.
over that road. Yeah, I used to live in the Wake Forest, Raleigh area. Wake
Gotcha.
Forest. And then
Wow,
a
what a
couple
lot.
of years ago, I moved up there. So,
Gotcha.
I go ahead a car accident, 17,
Oh, wow.
and I was kind of drawn into the church family and felt that strong sense of commitment to everybody. But I had a guy, his name is Mike Lee, Pastor Mike Lee. He told me that my priority is definitely going to be at home right now. So I stepped down from my position at the church since 2017, and I just never went back.
Yeah. That's always our first ministry. Our first ministry is to our family.
Yeah.
You know, we got to take care of them
That was
first.
good advice. Now, I know it wasn't easy to find somebody to handle everything I handled, but that was never a concern.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think.
Well, look, reach out to me, man, if you ever want to do
appreciate it,
anything
man.
here. Because, like I said, when the Warbirds get going, we're going to start doing outreach here at the stadium. Probably here at Willergig Park, where people are coming by, you know.
Right.
But looking for folks that are willing to go to the streets and take the message. And then
awesome.
other things that are happening in downtown Wilson. Planning on trying to do some outreach here too. I ran into a little bit of an issue here last year with the little, it's like a farm, it's what is it called? Like it's not a flea market, it's a maker market and farmers market that they had down here. And the lady told us we couldn't hand out we couldn't solicit. And so I had to get a lawyer involved in that. But that's the only other pushback I've had. Everything else that we've done down here.
that's pretty.
Well, see, they don't understand is even though they have an event there, they have the right by the permit to host the event. They do not have the right to take a public venue that they haven't contracted for to do private event. They can't shut it down. And so that's what the lawyer had to get involved in and let them know, hey, you're violating my First Amendment rights.
Where we're at today, where it really hurts my heart.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because I had gone there one day with church members and I talked to the lady, asked her, could we get a table? No, we can't get a table because we're not making something or we're not doing a farmer's market for the church. And I said, okay, well, I'm just going to talk to some people and invite them to church. So I went through and didn't have any problems that day. The next time I showed up, she came right straight for me. You can't solicit, blah, blah, blah. I said, this isn't soliciting, man. This is First Amendment rights here. And so anyway, we'll see what happens this year. Because like I said, I work with a ministry called Sports Fan Outreach International, and so we do outreach at large events like Super Bowl and stuff like that. And so we have a lawyer on retainer for First Amendment rights violations and stuff. And so I contacted them to handle it and talk to the City of Wilson attorneys. So anyway, but
Wow.
It's just sad. You even got to do that.
right. I mean, I'm not, we're not harming anybody. We're just talking to people one-to-one. It's not like I'm out here preaching like I do in Raleigh.
Or following up the
But if
street
you were-
trying
if you
to
were-
get them to.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were talking some negative garbage or something else, it'd be totally fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
You're right.
and that's
To some
and
people,
that's-
that is negative stuff.
Well, you're right.
No.
Yeah. The gospel is negative to a lot of people. Yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you were talking anything other than that, it would have been okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
And it's so sad because, just because that's where we're at.
Yeah. So, guys, I appreciate the encouragement. I got to go because
sir.
my wife is at another
Be well.
event. I got to help her load up. But what was your name?
George.
George, and
I'm Jeff.
Jeff. All right. God bless
Daryl,
you guys.
right?
Yep, Daryl. Yep,
Thank you,
that's
sir.
right. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Everyone.